Hello everyone, hello everyone, hello everyone. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm sitting here giving Publix some free advertisement. I'm sitting across the street from the grocery store. I'm literally at the gym here. And there's a car that pulls up right next to me right when I start recording. I'm sure they just sitting there. It has nothing to do with me. Anyway, yes, I'm back with another video, and hope this video finds you well. All is well here. I'd like to thank everybody for coming back to my channel. I'm gonna try to keep this camera as sturdy as I can. As y'all just watch the cars roll by. Yes, it's a little street down the road from where I live, and I just want to thank everybody for coming back to my video. Yes, so I'm not going to hold y'all long tonight. I try to keep my videos a little shorter than I usually do, between 20 and 30 minutes instead of between 30 and 45 minutes. So that's what I'm doing right now. So this is going to be a short video. It's a whole lot of times just a whole lot of more information that I can give, but for the sake of keeping the video short, I keep them, I try to cram the information in 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. But anyway, I want to get on with the subject matter today. The subject I want to talk about today is the simulation versus the matrix. The simulation versus the matrix. Now this video is going to be mostly theoretical. And what I mean by theoretical, it's just a theory of a viewpoint that when I go within and I meditate and I look around and I observe my surroundings and I observe my environment and I observe my reality. There seems to be two different programs running, or a program running within a program. So if you believe in the simulation theory, that we are in this simulation, so in a simulation, a lot of things can happen. And just like, I guess the best way to compare it is like a video game. In a video game, you can have different places, things like that in a video game. You can have a matrix within the video game. And so we remember the movie The Matrix, and it was a very popular movie. Some people may say it was groundbreaking or something like that. But anyway, because it created a new thought, a new theory of our reality. And so, and some of you may already know this information about what I'm about to say. But if this is a simulation and there is a matrix, the matrix is not the simulation. The matrix is within the simulation. It is just a construct within the simulation. The simulation is vast. It could go on for eternity for all we know. The simulation is huge, and there may be an outside of the simulation. I don't know how big the simulation is, but if this is a simulation, it's very, very large. And the matrix is just a construct within the simulation. And what is the matrix? It is the construct that has been all around you. It is when you see it when you go to work. You know, like Morpheus said, you see it when you go to work. You see it all around. You see it in the buildings. You see it in the streets. You see it in the people. You know, there is a matrix or a construct within this simulation. Now, to get into who built it and all this other stuff, it's going to take multiple videos probably to do that. But I want to give you some basic information. So we're going to start with what is the simulation, what is the matrix. The simulation is this whole reality that we are in. This is the simulation. What is it? What is simulation? Simulation means it is similar to something else, or it is a something that was built to hold something. And so what is it holding? It's holding the matrix. And within this matrix is the construct that we call society. And within this matrix, you have basically what we see as modern society. And so this matrix has buildings, it has businesses, it has streets, it has skyscrapers, it has cities, it has towns. That is the matrix. You take that out, the more constructs you have, the more you are in the matrix. The more you are in nature, the less you are in the matrix. And so the matrix is the unnatural construct within the simulation. And so the one thing that you do have in the matrix, you have beings in the matrix. And these beings, it's hard to put your finger on what they exactly are, but you do know this, that they're plugged into the system. They're plugged into the matrix system. You can tell by the way they talk. You can tell by the way they act. Their inability to go into deeper things, or their unwillingness to go into deeper things, or inability. Whereas there are those who were brought into the simulation to maybe bring down or expose the matrix. The matrix has already been exposed, that it's all around you. It is, the buildings, the system, the governments, the religions, the people, the businesses, all of this is this construct that has been constructed in the simulation. And I believe that it's some sort of energy extracting or energy harvesting device that has been placed inside the simulation. And these people have created these entities, or whatever you want to call them, have created their world within this simulation. They've built this world. It was a world building simulation. So you take out of the simulation and you got pure nature. You got pure natural. And so you go from things that are pure natural to a built construct. And so many people are plugged in to this construct, and they could not live without it. And the very thought of taking that construct away is very disturbing to some people. Why? Because they're plugged in. And so, most people live their whole lives plugged into this construct, and it may all be a mental awareness type of construct. Even the simulation itself could be a awareness, mental, spiritual type of construct. But we do know this, that there is a simulation, and within the simulation there is a matrix, and within the matrix you have the construct, and within the construct you have people, or as we perceive as people, and they are plugged in to the matrix. This is why you talk to people, it's very difficult for them to go into deeper things and to talk about meaningful type things. It's because they're plugged in. This is why you try to expose things, or you try to tell people things, you get a brick wall, you get a blank stare, you get a uninterested passiveness about it. And so the entities that are plugged into this matrix, they see light beings, they see chosen ones here. They know why you are here. You are here to disrupt their matrix. And oftentimes you can tell this is why they can't wait till you leave, because you are exposing the matrix. You can see through the matrix. You can see what's the construct, or the wool, or the veil that's been pulled over everybody's eyes, and how everybody's blindly plugged in to this matrix. But when you wake up, you become aware of the matrix within the simulation. And so they can't wait till you, and you are here. The reason for your existence is to expose and maybe even bring down the matrix. When I say bring down the matrix, I don't even know what I mean by when I say that. But when they look at you, the ones that are plugged into the matrix, they know why you're here. Ultimately, you're not here to accumulate money, houses, and cars, and fame, and fortune, and popularity, and all of that. That's all plugged into the matrix type stuff. People in the matrix that are plugged into the matrix want that type of stuff. They want money, houses, cars, and all of this stuff. And all of this stuff is fine as long as you are plugged into this matrix. So when you unplug, you go deeper and you go farther and you see farther. And the veil and the construct is pulled back. And you can see the matrix. You can see the construct for what it is. And so the reason for our existence is to expose, maybe even bring down the matrix. Somebody built this world for them. They didn't build it for you. This is why it seems like the odds sometimes are stacked against you. This is sometimes it seems like no matter what you do, you can only go up to a certain line, and whatever it is, the matrix makes sure you don't get over that line. Whether it be on your job, whether it be in society, you can go up to a certain line, and it's like the matrix, the construct, the system, as they may call it, Babylon. It's very names for this matrix. The system, Babylon, the matrix, they're all the same thing. And so it makes sure that you can only go up to a certain point. Even if you start exposing it on video, your videos are going to get, not going to get very popular. They're not going to, now if I was making a silly video or prank video, everybody's going to want to watch that. But when you start going deeper and trying to pull back the veil, trust me, it's not going to get a whole lot of promotion. So, but the truth must go on. The truth must come out. And this is where the light beings, this is where the chosen ones come in, because I believe that God put us here to not only expose it, but to reformulate it. What I mean by reformulate it, maybe not completely tear it down, but give it back to God. Give it back to the great I am that is within everybody. Because if this is a consciousness, this is a conscious construct. That's why it's called construct, because it's conscious. It is a conscious awareness, and your body is your five senses is the mechanism that is decoding this reality, without getting too deep into everything. And so the ones that are plugged into this matrix, is something in them that can see something in you, and is that there is a enmity between them and you. Enmity derives from the word enemy. There is something in them that kind of like pushes back, that wants to push back, that wants to push you in a corner and just make you be insignificant. And they want to push you in a corner and just let you be insignificant, because they know your potential. They know who you are. They know you can see through the matrix lies. They know that you can see through the matrix. They know you can see behind the veil. And that frightens them, because it threatens their false construct that they live in. And so we live in this false construct called a matrix. So as a light being, as a chosen one, what are we here to actually do? Well, I believe that we are here to not only expose it, but to change it. And what way we're supposed to change it? Change it in the form of bringing it completely down, or change it in the form of putting it back in its proper order. Yes, putting the matrix back in the proper order. It's always going to be some sort of construct. I mean, if the world started over again, which some people think it did, what they call Tartaria or something like that, that was some sort of, reset, because how everything went from nothing to something seemingly overnight. Buildings, populations, 1 minute it was there, 1 minute it wasn't there, the next minute it was. And it seems to happened overnight. And it almost like some sort of computer program, or somebody built this thing, the simulation, overnight. And some people may think that it's some sort of energy harvesting matrix, where within the matrix you go through all facets, the whole range of emotions, from happy to sad to angry to fear, all of that stuff. All of that stuff extract emotion. And so who is harvesting, who is benefiting from all this emotion that's being played out within this matrix? Or some people, like I said, this is theoretical. And or it could be some grand stage where that's why you always get the feeling like you're being watched, that somebody is watching every little thing you do, every little thing you say. And people seem to pop up out of nowhere when you're trying to be by yourself. It's so many different things that you begin to notice when you awaken. And so the next question when a person awakens is, do I have some mental health issues going on here? Or am I really seeing it for what it is? And so the ones that are plugged into the matrix, like you see, you have 2 different types, or 3 different types. You have the Agent Smiths. Those are the ones is to keep you blind, keep you plugged in. Those are the ones that to antagonize you. Well, the Agent Smiths are the ones to antagonize you. To keep you plugged in, or to make you look dumb, make you look stupid, make you push you in a corner and make you feel insignificant. And then there is the NPCs. Those are the ones who ignore you. Those are the ones who act like they can't see you. Those are the ones who try to pretend like you're just insignificant. Then you have the player characters. These are the ones that are the player characters within the matrix. Those are the ones who can change, mold, reshape, bring down, whatever you want to call it, the matrix. So yeah, it's been 18 minutes already. But anyway, I may even do a series on this. Sometimes I say I'm gonna do a series, I end up not doing it, but this is so fascinating and it's so vast, because if you start going through your life, going through this world, knowing that we are in a simulation and we are in a matrix, especially if you live in the big cities. The cities look like giant motherboards in a computer. Look at them overhead. Look at the landscapes. They look like giant motherboards in a computer, and the people that are moving are like the circuits within that motherboard that is programming the matrix. So this is why a lot of programming, these programmed, plugged in people all around you that consistently, beat the narrative try to beat the narrative into your head. And if you try to think different or unplug, it's like you become this, this ostracized thing in the matrix, because they know what you're there for. They know that you expose, change, maybe even bring down this matrix. Whoever constructed it didn't do it for you. It seemed like they did it for them. This whole matrix has been constructed. It is the system. It is the Babylonian system that has been constructed all around you. It seems like life is convenient, and life is very convenient. So I think that part of it is what it is. What I mean by plugged into the system, plugged into the Babylonian lifestyle, plugged into the matrix system, the program. That's another word for it. the program, the system, Babylon, the matrix. You know, it got all of these words, but if you sit back and look at it, they're pretty much the same thing. And see, I'm looking at, if you look at your screen, across the street, you see Publix. It is the public. It is out here in this public that we see, we begin to see the matrix, how the public acts. Yes. This whole thing that we live on a planet and that the earth is round, and, you know, even, I don't want to get too much on this flat earth stuff, but just think about it. The earth is round. We're spinning 1,000 miles out, hurling aimlessly through space. And so, if that's true, then the earth is going against every law of physics there is. Every law of physics, you know, is the earth the only one that's able to go against the law of physics? That goes against the law of physics. And we're obviously not moving at 1,000 miles. Look around you. Do it look like we're moving at 1,000 miles? Well, the atmosphere this and the atmosphere that. Man, no, we're not moving no 1,000 miles no hour. Come on now. Open your eyes. Stop. And that's one of the key, that's how you can tell when somebody's really plugged into the matrix. So you know, when they really haven't woke up, when they can see, when they still clinging to this narrative that the world is round and spinning 1,000 miles through space, even though it goes against every law of physics in the book. But they cling to it with pure desperation. And then the matrix narratives, is many of them. It's not, you know, when the construct starts to crumble around you, all of them crumble, not just one, all of them. When one domino fall, all of them fall. And this is the awakened. This is the light beings. This is the chosen ones. They've seen the dominoes have fallen. But you have some people trying to put the dominoes back up as they fall. You got somebody out there. You can imagine somebody like one of them domino, little domino constructs. As the dominoes fall, you got somebody that's trying to put them, you know, desperately trying to put them back up as they are falling. This is what you see with those that are plugged into the system. All of this system is all we are supposed to do is go inward and reconnect with the great I am that is within you. And when you do that, you begin to see through the matrix and begin to see what it is, and that it never belonged to you. It belonged to somebody else. You're just in it. So I'm not going to hold this video long. I'm already at 23 minutes. But the main thing is to love yourself and love God within you. And be authentic. That's the other thing. You know, most people are playing their role within the matrix. They're playing their Agent Smith role. They're playing their NPC role. They're playing their, you know, narrative, you know, push the narrative, support the narrative, you know. But when you awaken and reconnect with God within you, the narrative isn't a narrative anymore. It's something else. And so, yes, I just wanted to do this quick video. So as you go through society, keep this in mind, that you are in a matrix inside a simulation. And this video didn't even barely scratch the surface of all of this. But I wanted to put this information out there and just give you something to ponder. Like I said, this is, you know, you consider this as theoretical, for entertainment purposes type information, and that's fine. But all I can say is meditate on it. Go within and ask God, is this man on to something, or is he just yakety yakking, trying to, you know, put his little video out there, or is he really on to something? Go in and ask God. Don't just trust my word for it. Weigh it against the scale of your intuition that is within you. Yes. But you go within, reconnect with the great I am that is within you. And then, you know, we all, you know, all light beings, all chosen ones, you know, they say we're all one mind. There's only one mind. At the end of the day, within the simulation, there is only one mind. Within the simulation, there's only one authority. Within the simulation, there's only one power. Within the simulation, there is only one strength. That is the simulation. And God is the simulation. And the simulation is God. And your conscious awareness is decoding the simulation. But the matrix is the construct within the simulation. So I just want to leave y'all with that. Something for y'all to ponder. A construct, like a construct in your mind. You know, like we can build cities. We can build a matrix in our own mind. We can have a whole city. We can have a whole community right in our own thoughts. So like I said, I'm getting too deep into a lot of this stuff, but I just wanted to, you know, it's going on 30 minutes. So I just wanted to leave that with y'all, to give you something to ponder, something to think about. But when you meditate tonight, when you pray or whatever, and you go within, not praying to some outside God, but, you know, I'm not saying God's not outside of you, but the real essence of God is within you. That's what I'm getting at when I say that. The real essence is within you, and you are one with that essence. You are one with God within you. You are one with the great I am. Yes. So I'm going to end this video right here. I'll be pumping out another video soon, but I just wanted to give y'all something to think about. It's just theoretical and entertainment and all this other stuff, but just really think about it and ponder it and meditate on it. Go deep with it. Yes, some of your eyes have already been opened. Some of you already can see the matrix within the simulation. Yes, some of you can't. And some of you not only can't see it, you refuse to look at it because it frightens you. You've been plugged in and programmed your whole life. And because of that, you don't want all of that to be torn down. So yes, I'm Jerome Strickland. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take care.